You are watching ACC Women's Lacrosse presented by Ally. From a wet and windy South Bend, Indiana, Notre Dame welcomes in the reigning national champions, North Carolina. Fortunately, the game has been moved to the indoor facility, so weather will not play a factor. Should make for a great matchup. Two terrific teams. Glad to have you with us alongside Sheehan Stanwyck Birch. I'm Jay Alter, and Sheehan, this is a great opportunity for Notre Dame with North Carolina in town, an opportunity to pick up a huge resume win. Who has to set the tone today for the Irish?
It's going to be Jackie Wolak. She has been their leader offensively, extremely balanced. She's got 28 goals this season with 27 assists.
She's going against one of the best defenses in the country in North Carolina, and it's anchored by Brooklyn Walker-Welsh.
Really been impressed with the sophomore. An honorable mention All-American last season. Only game that Brooklyn Walker-Welsh didn't play in with the loss against Northwestern is when they really struggled to contain that Northwestern high-powered offense. But when Walker-Welsh is involved, that whole defensive unit for UNC is one of the best in the nation. Play excellent one-on-one defense. They really talk and communicate so well, and she's the main orchestrator. Look for her to have a key matchup today.
Jenny Levy, the Hall of Famer, got Walker-Welsh back in the lineup last weekend against Clemson. That defense looked really good with her in. You wonder if that would have been a different result against Northwestern with a healthy Walker-Welsh. Should be such an outstanding ACC matchup today. And then the game within the game, always the draw control. And these are the two of the best, not just in the ACC, but in the country in the circle.
You look at the numbers there. I mean, possession is everything in this game and what you do with the ball. So limiting turnovers afterwards, getting good shots on cage, but winning the battle at the draw circle is the first step. Both these teams have excellent takers, draw takers, and the circle players. That's a huge aspect of this game.
Kelly Dennis in white for Notre Dame. Sophie Student in Tar Heel blue for North Carolina. Last time these two teams saw each other was in the ACC tournament almost a year ago in the semifinal here in South Bend. A thrilling 14-13 game. We hope for the same today as we are underway. And it's the Irish that start with the ball. And Sheehan, you said it, you can win the draw control, but you got to value that possession. And now Notre Dame settles it down and will go to work. Alicia Nicholas in goal for North Carolina. She's been outstanding in between the pipes this season for a Tar Heel team that's 9-1 and undefeated in ACC play. Going right to goal, not a great angle.
Not a great angle, and I like the way that Nicholas really hugged the pipe right there. She stayed strong, didn't allow any room. Notre Dame's going to be able to get a second chance here with the reset shot clock. I think both these teams very thankful the game was moved inside, but when you're playing indoors, you can hear a lot of everything. The communication.
Kasey Choma opens the scoring, curled around the cage, and Notre Dame draws first blood.
Choma, a veteran player for this Notre Dame team. She was the #1 recruit in the nation back in 2019. She is excellent. Goes to cage hard, does a lot of her dirty work inside that 8-meter, getting open with the feeds. But this time she curls around the crease. Her head is up, not much of an angle here, but what she does differently coming around this shot is she shoots that far pipe. So Nicholas is hugging tight that near side pipe, but beautiful placement. That's what you want to do as an offensive player. See the entire net, shoot around the goalkeeper. 34th goal this season for Kasey Choma.
They've learned to really lean on Choma. Part of a three-headed monster. Wolak, Madison Ahern, and Kasey Choma. Those three combined for 60% of the Irish scoring, so it's no surprise that Choma gets us started. Dennis trying to track down that draw control, kicked it, and allows North Carolina to gain possession. Sheehan, you mentioned playing indoors because of the weather and the differences that can create in a matchup. One thing, too, is there's so many lines on the field. So we're playing the blue lines on the inside. That'll be your 8-meter, your draw control circle. And then the white lines on the outside.
It's definitely things you want to look for when you're doing the pregame warm-up, when you're the visiting team coming in, making sure you know where the sideline is, where the end lines are. Most of these players are used to playing on multi-sport fields and surfaces, that they're used to seeing a lot of lines inside the field.
Sure beats 40-mile-an-hour winds and driving rain, so. Here's Sophie Student. 30 seconds on the shot clock for Carolina. Here's Wurzburger. Notre Dame super high pressure, tough to break down defensively. 10 seconds to work with.
This Notre Dame defense is really shifting and moving.
With 2 seconds on the shot clock, North Carolina breaks through. It's the freshman Marissa White.
What patience this UNC offense has, working the ball around, making the defense have to move. I thought Notre Dame did an excellent job going from player to player, working in the zone, sending the double teams, and then they just allow White to get a step in front. An excellent job for her to finish. Marissa White has had a breakout freshman year. Since her first game in a Tar Heel uniform, she's made her presence known. 25th goal this season.
What's incredible about the Tar Heels, Sheehan, is their ability to not get sped up by the shot clock. They were operating that pass as if there were 40, 50 seconds on the shot clock, and yet there are only 2.
And that's one of the things that makes it easier playing inside. You can hear that count from the sideline being called in, how much time is left. But definitely was impressed with the patience there on that offense.
For as good as North Carolina has been in recent history in the ACC, and they've been outstanding, 6 straight ACC championships, the one team that has given them the most trouble during that dynasty run is this Notre Dame team, particularly in South Bend. And what an excellent start. They go to Kelly Dennis, the junior out of Jupiter, Florida, fires the Irish right back in front.
Dennis, we've seen her work at the draw circle. She's getting it done on the offensive end. She's got a great frame, 5'10". Watch the feet inside, and then the ability to use her body. She catches it, turns around, gets her stick free. Excellent reach, and then the pull. I like how she caught that. It was a little bit off balance. If she wasn't going to shoot to her left hand, and I think she would have been blocked by the defender, she makes a smart decision, keeps it in her right hand, shoots for the space. I still remember her first goal at Notre Dame. It was inside this indoor arena, and Andy Aldave got hurt, and she got substituted in, was going to take the free position shot on the 8-meter for Aldave, and Coach Halfpenny told us later on, she told her, you're going to go in and you're going to score. And sure enough, she gets on the 8-meter, takes it to goal, and gets her first career goal.
It's funny you mentioned Andy Aldave, obviously a legend at Notre Dame, but also made a name for herself in North Carolina a year ago, part of that national championship winning team, and now on Jenny Levy's staff as a graduate assistant.
Sure, she has a lot of memories coming back here.
Well, she was not happy with North Carolina's draw control. She used to take the draw for both Notre Dame and North Carolina, the all-time draw control leader in an Irish uniform, and she was not happy, shaking her head with the draw control error. They get the save, though. Usually perfect on the clear. Almost lost it, and now we'll settle it down. Notre Dame so quick to pressure, Sheehan. How do you break down a team that's playing so high pressure like Notre Dame is?
You got to let the ball do the work, try to get it downfield. Give credit to Notre Dame, though. They're putting pressure immediately on in the ride, creating some confusion, and those little hesitations where you get a little bit nervous and you start to backtrack and pass the ball behind you, trying to reset. But really let the ball do the work, quick passes, try to get it downfield.
Double team, Humphrey runs out of trouble. Under 30 left on the shot clock. Wurzburger couldn't corral it. That's a turnover.
Uncharacteristic bobble there behind the field, behind the goal there.
Give and go, great opportunity! Notre Dame, a 3-1 start. And Adorny fires the Irish up 3-1.
This started on the defensive end here. Adorny was wide open right there. I actually thought she should have taken the ball to goal. She opts to pass it, and just the excellent vision to feed it right back to Adorny. Heads up play to keep on running, and then the score. That was a beautiful goal in transition. Adorny gets her 5th goal of the season. We've got a great game here. Notre Dame with a lead. It's 3-1.
ACC Women's Lacrosse is presented by Ally. Whatever you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally.
Real battles. You know, I think it's one of the reasons North Carolina and a lot of teams, when they come to Notre Dame to play, the home field advantage that Notre Dame has is real. We've seen some excellent matchups here. Last ACC loss was to Notre Dame team. So you know that even though a lot of players for this Tar Heel team weren't part of that game, you know that they've been talking about it. And that's the thing with the conference play. You get so familiar with these teams. Not only do you see them in the regular season, but then you typically get a rematch in the ACC tournament. Then sometimes you get matchup in the NCAA tournament. So you really get to understand the workings of the ins and outs.
It's a great point, and also you're right to point out North Carolina's last regular season loss was almost 4 years to the day here in South Bend. March 31st, 2019. And Chris Halfpenny, Notre Dame head coach, told us, we like the fact that we've been the team to give North Carolina trouble, particularly in South Bend. They've embraced that this week. They've talked a lot about it this week. They're now trying to cash in on the field. Here's Kaylee Harden, has a step, weaves through traffic. Another terrific freshman on this Tar Heel team.
UNC is having a hard time getting looks on Cage. Just 2 shots compared to Notre Dame's 5.
Under 10 seconds on the shot clock. We've already seen 1 violation today. And with 3 seconds on the shot clock, Nicole Humphrey has to go to goal here from the 8-meter. Humphrey one-on-one with the junior Lily Callahan. Charges in. It's saved. That'll reset the shot clock to 60. And it's Notre Dame ball.
Excellent defensive effort for Notre Dame. I mean, early on, this is giving me a lot of similar feelings of the Northwestern North Carolina game, where North Carolina just wasn't able to get in their rhythm, get a lot of shots off, and had a hard time hitting the back of the net. Both were inside.
Well, for a long time, nobody had the blueprint on how to beat this North Carolina team. What could Notre Dame take away from watching that Northwestern game and implement today?
You know, I think it's what we're seeing on the defensive end, what Notre Dame's showing. Really a physical, really good, aggressive, putting pressure on the ball handlers, making it hard for them to get early looks on Cage, and they've slowed UNC down in transition. Haven't seen a lot of transition looks.
And they've dominated possession, too. "20 seconds left on the shot clock. Notre Dame, no turnovers in this opening quarter. Right off the top of the pipe. Whistle blew, play dead.
I'm not sure what the foul was on that. Wolak went to Cage hard, rang that shot off the post.
The officials got together and awarded North Carolina the ball.
I wonder if it was maybe a pick, illegal pick or something off ball. It didn't look like Jackie Wolak
clearly didn't like the call. North Carolina has only generated 3 shots in the first 9 minutes of this game. 1 goal to show for it. Notre Dame has certainly controlled the opening part of this game.
North Carolina is a team that offensively likes to share the ball. A lot of their goals are assisted. And Notre Dame is making that hard to find the inside cutters. They're covering up pretty nicely, not allowing a shot to get off inside.
And a lot of clock coming off Carolina's possessions because of the difficulty to find those passing lanes. Down to 16 seconds on the shot clock. Feels like every possession's gone under 20. Riley Kasey draws the foul, but will be backed up to the 12-meter, not the 8, so this is not a free position. Shot clock down to 9.
They'll need to start attacking. It's a nice pass inside, just not able to get the finish. I'd like to see North Carolina go to Cage a little bit harder. They're trying to draw the foul. They go 1-2 steps in, do a little pump fake, and then pull back out. Somebody's got to create some space, the off-ball players, and they need to attack harder, go to Cage, try to draw the foul, but also get a shot off on goal.
Great stat from our stat guy, Ed Svita. North Carolina had 22 passes that possession, but they come up empty. No goal.
That's wild. I mean, you're seeing them work the perimeter. A lot of them are just perimeter passes. A few went into the inside, weren't able to get good looks on Cage, so they got to work some more of the dodges and really get that zone out of position and create some more space. It gets very clogged in the inside. Look at the space here for Notre Dame.
Wolak in attack mode. That's a great save. Alicia Nicholas there.
And now I'm going to expect the pass count on from Ed the entire game. A new stat has been born.
Yes. And it's the passing. Why that's important is North Carolina, you said it, known for sharing the ball, their depth. And when you have a lot of players on the field that can all score, it's tough to guard everybody. And yet their passing breaks you down so quickly. Notre Dame playing just excellent team defense. So North Carolina can pass all they want. They're not getting any clear looks off those passes.
And right now, usually teams work the ball around the perimeter, but when you pass, that's an excellent defensive play. So just have to be more careful with the ball movement for UNC. When they're passing around, just doing the next pass, the person next to you, around, around, around. The defense doesn't have to shift that much. You have to work some different angles and looks in there.
Do wonders, not just for the resume, but for the Irish's confidence going forward.
It would speak volumes a win against this UNC team. Right now, Notre Dame has an excellent record of 7-3 overall, but 3-2 in the ACC. And that's going to be a very tight battle. All these teams are already thinking about the ACC tournament, which happens the end of April. You want to set yourself up in a good position.
Notre Dame's defense, a really strong start. They've held to North Carolina to just one goal, none in the last 9 minutes. Can they convert on the offensive end? Looking for a 3-goal lead coming out of the Chris Halfpenny timeout. Dennis in attack mode. Really patient on this possession. Give and go again. Madison Ahern makes it 4-1 Notre Dame.
Notre Dame has been continuing to roll. Love this play by Jackie Wolak. She actually falls a little bit, which I think causes the defense to just pause a little bit behind cage. She comes around, slips down, and then is able to get right back up. Didn't have to even have a cradle or two. Was able to fire that inside to Ahern. Beautiful finish. I liked Ahern's ability. She took that catch. It wasn't just a quick stick. I think if she had released it right away, that would have been a goalie save. She takes the extra second, gets control of the ball, and shoots around Nicholas. 4 different scores for Notre Dame.
First goal of the season. Yep, 4 goals, 4 different scores for the Irish. And the last 2 goals, both give and goes. I mean, that you teach that in elementary school lacrosse, right? Just pass and move and get it back. And it has paid off for Notre Dame. What a first quarter.
Notre Dame's been having a lot of success because you see how open the field is on their offensive end. And part of the reason is because the off-ball players are creating space and room, cutting through, which is allowing those assisted goals in the inside. So a good circle, good pickup win right here. Let's see if Carolina can turn things around. They've been averaging 15.5 goals per game, just been held to 1 goal. That's a hard push. You could see how the Notre Dame defenders got all big, spread their arms out, their sticks up in the air, trying to really pin UNC to the sideline. Alyssa Long's going to want to move herself away from that sideline and try to run out of trouble. Look at the off-ball players, tightly guarded.
Notre Dame has committed 12 fouls in this first quarter. North Carolina only 2. They brought the physicality, and it's paid off so far. A 4-1 lead. Tar Heels trying to cut into it. Here's Sophie Student on the run and buries it. Beautiful left hand Sophie Student, the transfer from Virginia Tech, makes it 4-2.
Much needed goal for UNC. I like Sophie Student's ability to take it to the inside. She drives hard to the cage. She gets the opening with the stick in her left hand, shoots it to the opposite corner. We're going to need to see more of that from UNC offensively. Cut through so the players can get to goal. She shoots before the double team's able to get there. Slide's not able to make contact. And she penetrates inside. So I think if you're, as a UNC offense, they need more dodges to cage, try to draw the foul, or try to get a good look on cage. First UNC goal in over 11 minutes.
Dennis wins it to herself. The shot clock is off. So Notre Dame can run this down, hold it for one final shot at the end of the first quarter here.
See an off-ball foul here for a check into the body. The offending player goes 4 meters behind.
Sends Jane McAvoy, the senior out of Maryland, up for a free position. Do you go to goal here, Sheehan, with 30 seconds left?
If you feel confident to score, this is a good angle, I would go to goal.
McAvoy does go to goal, goes low, and beats Nicholas. Jane McAvoy cashes in on the free position. It's 5-2 Notre Dame.
Taking advantage of the off-ball foul. McAvoy, I liked her release point there. It came from up high, and then it was a little bit of a deception inside there. I think it fooled Nicholas, able to bounce that one in. Jay, if you feel confident on that 8 meter, you should take it to score. You know, depending on possibly if there's a yellow card situation, maybe you're a player up and you want to work the clock. But those are, you know, depending on the hash mark and your angle, can be very high probability scores. Most coaches want you shooting above 50% coming off the 8 meter.
Five goals in this first quarter for Notre Dame, 5 different goal scorers. It has gone to the game plan for the Irish with the defending national champions in their place in South Bend, where Notre Dame has come so close the last 2 seasons but have failed to win. 2 one-goal losses in South Bend against North Carolina. Could today be the day that they get over that hump? You know North Carolina's confident on a comeback.
This is a big deal right here. Yellow card being issued to North Carolina. So this is a 2-minute releasable penalty. This penalty, if they do not score, if Notre Dame does not score, will carry over into the second quarter. And they should get, Notre Dame should remain with possession here. Now, if I were them on this play, unless you got a 100% chance of opportunity, I would try to hold the ball so you start the second quarter a player up. It would go to a draw control, though, in that second quarter.
So Notre Dame will head to the second quarter with a 3-goal lead and a player-up advantage. What a start for Chris Halfpenny and the Irish team, trying to beat number 3 North Carolina. Now, you could not have scripted a better start for Notre Dame. Start of the second quarter, 5-2 lead. Alongside Sheehan Stanworth Birch, Jay Alter with you. Takes us back to a year ago at South Bend in the ACC tournament semifinal. Notre Dame with that excellent start, 5-2 lead, just like today. It's the second quarter where North Carolina kicked it into gear, an 8-1 Tar Heel second quarter.
Yeah, UNC, I think, has a lot of memories from that game, as does Notre Dame. Both coaches telling us, remembering that really hot start that Notre Dame had last year in the ACC tournament. Notre Dame scored the first 5 goals, went up 5-0, and then, as you said, exploded in the second quarter. So the key for Notre Dame is to keep attacking hard, keep the pressure up defensively. UNC is going to need to find some rhythm, create more spacing, and they've got a lot of players that can score for UNC, but they need that go-to player. Who's going to put the team on their back? Who's going to go to goal and score?
It was last week at Virginia where Chris Halfpenny said the second quarter killed them against the Cavaliers. So the second quarter, a huge emphasis, both coming off last week's loss and remembering what North Carolina did to Notre Dame a year ago in the ACC tournament, outscoring them 8-1. The good news for the Irish is they'll start the second quarter a player up. North Carolina, a yellow card on Caroline Godin, which is 8 seconds left at the end of that first quarter. Notre Dame was all the way on the other side of the field, clearly not going to goal. It was more just looking to run out the clock, and a yellow card was committed. So huge opportunity for Notre Dame to keep momentum. They can win this draw control and be a player up.
Got Olivia Dirks taking in the center circle now, trying to take the draw for UNC. It was a good switch up there. Notre Dame had won the last 2 draw controls, which inserting Dirks in, they're able to change things up.
North Carolina starts with Sophie Student in the circle, but they can go to Dirks as well as Kaylee Harden. Now, how tough is that when you can rotate 3 really capable draw takers, Sheehan?
You want to have a lot of options, because if the ball isn't bouncing your way in the draw circle, sometimes it's just a matter of the sticks matching up, just different, the player personnel. So when you have a backup of people you can rotate in, it's hard to get in a rhythm for the opposing player.
North Carolina player down. Be interested to see if they just decide to pass it around the perimeter and kill this penalty, or try to go to goal shorthanded. Here's Mackenzie Rich. She's been a spark the last 2 games. 5 goals of the last 2 games for 18 in Tar Heel Blue. Well, looking for Marissa White, and that's intercepted. Now on the ground, North Carolina recovers. The shot clock does not reset. Under 20 to work with now. Five seconds to shoot. Going to goal. Callahan made the save. Marissa White in perfect position to catch the rebound and score. What positioning and timing from White. Camped out on the crease. Callahan made the save. She cashes in right as the penalty expired. Wow.
Just in the nick of time. We've seen a couple Carolina scores waiting to the last minute. There's rebounds right off Callahan. What a heads-up play from Marissa White. That's a great look. And Callahan almost gets herself back in position to be able to stop that. Not exactly what they wanted to script, but it worked perfectly.
So Notre Dame was player up for the first 2 minutes of this second quarter, and instead it's North Carolina who scores through the craftiness of Marissa White to be ready for that rebound. 31 passes that possession, shorthanded. Were you surprised Notre Dame didn't go more high pressure there, Sheehan? Usually they did it the entire first quarter, and yet almost felt like they sagged off even though they were a player up.
I actually think that was a smart move defensively for them, because what UNC would want would be to get a foul. So it would have been a gift if Notre Dame was overly aggressive pressuring out and then puts North Carolina on the 8 meter. So I think that was a smart move to relax, and they almost held them. If not for that last second shot from Marissa White, that would have been an excellent defensive stop. But I agree with the defensive mindset they had.
It's the second time today White has scored with the shot clock under 3 seconds. Incredible job by the freshman to keep her poise. Notre Dame with the ball, 2-goal lead, but North Carolina known for comebacks. They've done it against this Notre Dame team. They've done it against pretty much everybody they've played over the last 4 seasons.
Wolak's had a couple great dodges from up top, just not been able to connect.
Brooklyn Walker-Welsh scoops up the ground ball. North Carolina dialed in defensively. They get a turnover to start this second quarter. Notre Dame didn't turn it over the entire first quarter. His momentum beginning to shift in South Bend. That's intercepted though. That time the high pressure Allie McHugh. Tons of speed. McHugh still with it. Decides not to go to goal. The junior out of Pennsylvania stands at just 5 foot.
What a heads-up play. Stick up in the passing lane. I actually thought she was going to go to Cage there, but probably a smart move. She was wide open. UNC was able to settle back. It's Notre Dame's 4th caused turnover.
Double team comes in on Wolak, in trouble. Risky pass. And that's back-to-back turnovers. This Notre Dame offense, which looked so tuned into each other in the first quarter. A sloppy start to the second.
Yeah, that was just a desperation pass by Wolak. I think she could have taken extra time. She was being double teamed, run out of that trouble, and just get a better outlet pass there.
Here's Elizabeth Hillman. Great back check, dispossessed. Excellent defense from Notre Dame. Another caused turnover. That's now 5 on the afternoon for the Irish.
Take a look here at the defense. Julia Carr here on Caroline Godin. Excellent job. She puts pressure on the body, and then she sees herself getting beat, and she just goes for the back check. Is able to come up with the caused turnover. Notre Dame's been able to put pressure on UNC behind the cage, and I think it's caused those UNC offensive players to bobble the ball.
And they cash in the turnover, then the goal. MK Doherty. That's how you do it in transition, Sheehan.
This starts on the defensive end, and just a beautiful finish for MK Doherty. When your defense comes up with a great caused turnover and you're able to transition down the field, beautiful passing, and MK Doherty, she looks like she was going to pull it out, and then instead she decides to attack, protects her stick nicely in front of her face. Look at that cradle. Beautiful job, doesn't slow down, attacks the cage hard before UNC is really able to set up. Defensively, they've got to close harder, get a stick-on-stick, try to deflect the pass. Those are one of those momentum goals. When your defense can come up with a turnover on a high-powered offense like UNC and you can transition down the field, it gives the whole team reason to celebrate. For the third time this game, Notre Dame has a 3-goal lead.
Bailey Horn into the game for North Carolina in the draw control circle, the third different draw taker the Tar Heels have tried today. Notre Dame, same result. The Irish dominating the circle so far, up 7-4 in the category, and the scoreline reflects that 3-goal lead. Great effort. Mackenzie Rich stayed with the play, the win possession for North Carolina. Here's Rich now on the offensive end. You often wonder, how can North Carolina continue to create these comebacks when they get down in games? It's the depth. They can wear a team down. And you see the rotations in this first half continuing to mix and match players on the offensive end. Wurzburger, tee up to Rich, couldn't corral it, and it falls to Callahan.
One of the things that Notre Dame is doing really well against this UNC team is behind the cage, they're pressuring the ball carrier. So they're actually trying to limit, if somebody's behind the goal, they are trying to deny the pass there. And then if the ball gets behind, they put pressure. So UNC is not able to start their offense from behind the cage. And typically a lot of teams like to operate from behind there. And once the ball carriers have gotten the ball for UNC, we've seen a couple caused turnovers by Notre Dame. So done a very nice job. This is going to be UNC turnover. The official's going to change that, so it'll be Notre Dame's ball.
So it stays Notre Dame ball, a 3-goal lead. We've talked a lot about the Irish defense in this game, Sheehan, but what has impressed you most about their execution on the offensive end?
They're going hard. There is no hesitation. They're creating space. Just kind of textbook offense offensively. 9 of their 11 shots have been on goal. Look at the spacing here on the right side.
Double team comes in, a foul called. Sheehan, you said it earlier, you can hear the sidelines because we're indoors, and they were screaming, McHugh, 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 number 8. Allie McHugh gets the ball, and she creates a great opportunity here on the 8-meter. McHugh passing out of the 8-meter opportunity. Shot clock under 25. Great pass from Choma. Inside, the bouncer goes. Jackie Wolak. 4-goal lead for Notre Dame.
The sidelines are excited. Jackie Wolak curls around the crease here. Notre Dame has a big lead. They're up 7-3.
Notre Dame playing a team game right now, a 7-3 lead, largest lead of the day with 7 minutes left in the second quarter. This is Jackie Wolak. who scores the goal here for the Irish. Notre Dame's leading scorer on the season, but it hasn't been a one-woman show today, Sheehan. 7 goals from 7 different goal scorers.
Really spreading the wealth here. Love Rolak's ability of just that fake, which causes Walker Welsh to pause for a bit. She's able to get a step ahead of her, get her stick free, get the shot off. 7 different goal scorers, and 4 of those goals being assisted. So really sharing the ball. We talk so often about this Notre Dame team, and when you think about their offense, you're thinking about Jackie Rolak, Kasey Choma, Madison Ahern. They've got over 60% of the offense, but today you're seeing other players step in, which is what you need for the longevity of this program. And Notre Dame has come out. We knew that they've got a tendency, especially when they're playing North Carolina, as witnessed in last year's ACC tournament, to come out strong, but they have been able to sustain that in the second quarter.
Notre Dame continues to dominate the draw through Kelly Dennis, doubling up the Tar Heels 8-4 in the circle so far.
Just feels like Notre Dame has dominated possession.
A lot of game left. 6:30 left in the second quarter. North Carolina known for comebacks. They haven't lost an ACC regular season game in 4 years. Last loss was here in South Bend. So far, so good for the Irish. Here's Wolak again. And now Choma. Jane McAvoy thought about a spin. Under 30 on the shot clock. Ahern, great save. Alicia Nicholas not fooled. Battle for the ground ball. Brooklyn Walker Welsh flies in. Couldn't scoop it up, and Notre Dame regains possession with a fresh shot clock.
This is very tiring for the UNC defense, any defense, to have second chance opportunities, the fights for the ball.
McAvoy on a mission. Didn't get the hands free. Nicholas snuffed it out. Notre Dame so relentless on the ride. They commit a foul there, but North Carolina 5 turnovers today, all 5 of them caused by Notre Dame's aggressiveness. Almost had a 6th there.
It's taken a long time on a few possessions for UNC to clear the ball. They start with that 90-second possession clock on the defensive end, and it takes 20 to 30 seconds for them to get downfield.
Olivia Dirks fouled. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Quick restart. North Carolina can't capitalize. Got a clean look. Couldn't put it in the back of the net. Shot clock does reset on the goalie save.
I think Notre Dame being whistled for a check into the body.
North Carolina suffered a 9-minute goal drought in that first quarter. Another 9-minute goal drought here in the second. You just don't see this from a North Carolina offense that averages 15.5 goals per game. Great opportunity to end that scoring drought here. Alyssa Long with a free position. Long one-on-one with Callahan. Charges in and scores! Alyssa Long delivers exactly what North Carolina needed.
Carolina's had a hard time getting into the inside of the 8 meter, so you're going to need to capitalize on these free position shots. Long, she holds on to it for a long time, is able to get inside, protect her stick. The 2 leading goal scorers for Carolina, Riley Kasey and Caitlyn Wurzburger, both do not have a shot in the game right now. So they're going to need to get everyone else involved. But that's part of the reason that the scoring isn't up to where it typically is for this Carolina team. And they like to operate from behind the cage. So you have to realize and understand that what Notre Dame is really doing successfully is limiting those touches behind the cage, putting pressure.
Caroline Godin been quiet as well for North Carolina. Now the good news is the Tar Heels have plenty of depth, 19 different goal scorers on the season. But today only 3 goal scorers, Marissa White with 2, Sophie Student with 1, and then Long just scored. Just don't think they've had enough possession, right, Sheehan? It's just been Notre Dame dominating the draw and really valuing possession, not turning it over.
Yep, Notre Dame has won the majority of the draw controls in this battle, and then we've seen their patience on offense, working the ball around.
Ahern on the run, goes left-handed, whizzes it wide. Irish back it up. Wolak, so dangerous. Brooklyn Walker-Welsh has drawn that assignment today. Shanahan trying to spin her hands free, passes off. Doherty settles things down. Under 20 seconds on the shot clock, 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Wolak eyeing up her options, finds Dennis, who perfectly places it in that bottom corner. Kelly Dennis, and Notre Dame doubling up North Carolina 8-4.
Jackie Wolak's vision on display once again. Kelly Dennis comes to the inside. She's shaking her stick. She was wide open for about 2 seconds right before that. She wanted the ball. Wolak's able to feed that in. Like how she choked up on her stick. So Wolak, if her foot was on that blue crease circle, that should not have counted. I think you see Emily Knowles and Nicholas trying to ask for that.
And I think Knowles and Nicholas were right, and I think Dennis did have her foot on the blue.
So that would
it's
be
not like she has
violation.
to be inside of it. Any part of the foot touching it would mean no goal.
Your stick can enter inside of it, but your feet need to stay off. Let's take a quicker look. So watch the feet on that blue circle on the crease. That's on. That looks like it's on the line. And you can see when they come up, Emily Knowles and Alicia Nicholas, both, they realize it too. They understand where the attackers are getting that shot off. Regardless, that does count. Notre Dame has won 6 of the last 7 draw control wins. Sophie Student back on the circle against Kelly Dennis. Dennis has 4 draw controls to her name.
Chalk another one up for Kelly Dennis. Notre Dame in the driver's seat, a 4-goal lead. All the momentum here at the end of the second quarter, and a 10-4 advantage on the draw.
It's a big possession for Notre Dame. I expect them to work the clock on this.
They can run the clock down to just about 15 seconds left in the half. Wolak so dangerous. Notre Dame backs it up. Ahern draws the whistle. Madison Ahern steps up now. Very dangerous on the 8-meter. She's got an absolute flamethrower for a shot.
And you could just see that check, that push into the body. Looks by Ahern's setup, but she was going to wind up and let that rip. We'll see if she decides to take it in or just let it go.
Rears back, fires and scores! Madison Ahern blows it by Alicia Nicholas, and it's 9-4 Notre Dame.
Even though you can think you know what she's going to do, it is still extremely deceptive. I actually thought she was going to go high to high and just try to beat Nicholas with speed. But watch her release point, up high, and then just a dart to that bottom corner. Beautiful placement. Notre Dame 2 goals in 79 seconds. Those are one of those fouls for UNC defensively. You didn't need to do it there. She wasn't a threat to score from where she was on the 8-meter. You want to just play good body defense. You will hopefully come up with a turnover. But you put a team on the 8-meter, and Notre Dame was extremely successful there. And you put a player like Madison Ahern, that is one of the biggest weapons for this Notre Dame team.
Still time for North Carolina here. 20 seconds left in the half, trying to pull one back. A first half that's been dominated by Notre Dame. And another caused turnover. That's 6 in this first half for the Irish.
No call there. She went down the turf. I couldn't tell if she was pushed or just fell by her own right.
Now, we've said in recent seasons, Notre Dame has played North Carolina closer than any team in the country. Well, today, they're not just playing them close. They are dominating the Tar Heels. Most goals they've allowed in the first half this season. A 9-4 Notre Dame lead. Who could have predicted this, Sheehan?
Just an excellent start for Notre Dame. They are dominating in all facets, from the scoreboard to the draws to the assisting plays, working the defense. UNC's got its work come out for them, but don't count them out. They know how to come back.
What a dominant first half from Notre Dame. We welcome you back to ACC Network Women's Lacrosse, presented by Ally. Jay Alter, Sheehan Stanwood Burge with you, and Sheehan, really impressive first half from Notre Dame. We had said that the Irish had a way of keeping things close with North Carolina, but they're not just keeping things close. They dominated that first half.
And they ended on a high-scoring note, finishing with a couple key draw control wins and scoring. I think the difference between these two teams right now is just the difference in scoring options. Notre Dame has 7 different goal scorers, so very tough for UNC to mark up and try to stop them.
Usually North Carolina is pretty good at scoring. They've got 19 different goal scorers on the season, but credit this Notre Dame defense for stifling them.
They've been physical. Their sticks are in the passing lane. They've come up with the turnovers. They've made it hard for UNC to get inside the perimeter. And couple that with dominating the time of possession, Notre Dame has really taken it to North Carolina in this first half.
And then on the offensive end, they've been excellent.
Well, you talk about the bevy of weapons they have. We're usually talking about the big three, Choma, Ahern, and Jackie Wolak. You've got different people scoring, though, chipping into the scoring board. Hannah Dorney with the score there. Beautiful pass from M.K. Darty, who was on a tear. Just an excellent job sharing the ball. They were attacking in transition. They used the assisting goals. Attacking from all sorts of points. They went hard. They opened up the driving lanes. an excellent first half for the Irish.
But there is no more dangerous team in the country over the last few seasons than North Carolina trailing. They just seem to be the queens of comebacks, Carolina. Do they have another in them in this second half? They start trailing by 5. And the number one thing that needs to change is the draw controls, Sheehan. Notre Dame outdrawing the Tar Heels 11-5 so far.
They've got to figure a way to either get possession on the circle or come up with some extra turnovers. Notre Dame holding the edge in both of those categories. You know, Jay, I think the biggest comeback game that so many remember in the sport of women's lacrosse was when they were down UNC in the semifinal game, down 13-6, and came back to win.
Notre Dame picks up right where they left off. Kasey Choma.
Starts with winning the draw control win. They get possession downfield. Choma attacks from up top. She's outside the 8-meter arc right there. Not a great angle for a shooter. But if you've got the ability to place a shot like Kasey Choma does, she shoots across her whole body to that far pipe. Really tough for a goalkeeper to save. You don't want to open up that near pipe because that's an easier shot. But look at the push-ups. It looks like Daz maybe getting in on the action. Choma's ability to get a step on her defender, shoot across her body.
What a performance this is from Notre Dame, a 10-4 lead. And we were saying at halftime, Sheehan, this is just deja vu for the Tar Heels from a few weekends ago in Chicago against Northwestern. Just such a similar feel where they never really found their footing in that game.
No, and when you look back at the box score of that Northwestern game, they got outshot by Northwestern. They had more turnovers. They didn't win the draw control battle. All the little things that added up. Now this North Carolina team, they know how to come back. 6-goal differential, they can score in bunches. They still, I think, are searching for that player offensively of who can take over this game for them. Who is going to be the one that steps up? They've had a hard time getting into the perimeter. They've had a hard time getting possession right now. So this is a key possession offensively. And that's a hard situation right now where you know your team needs to score, but you need to be careful of how much to push and how much to hold back and make sure you take the right and smart shots.
North Carolina this season has been built on depth and balance. Does that goal count? It was in the back of the net, but not a simultaneous whistle, so does not count. Here's Riley Kasey. Great opportunity on the 8-meter for North Carolina's leading point getter on the season. Steps in, fires, high heat, too much on it. The depth and balance is great, Sheehan, but they don't have that player that can just step up and take over a game, or unless we haven't seen it yet. This Notre Dame defense is relentless, but they gave it right back.
Julia Dorsey, two-sport athlete, soccer and lacrosse. That was a heads-up play. They'll wait to get the right personnel in, get all the substitutions.
Only 4 goals in that first half. Someone needs to spark this North Carolina offense. Who is it going to be? Long weaving through traffic and scores. What a terrific individual effort from Alyssa Long. Buries her second goal on the afternoon.
That was an excellent take by Alyssa Long, getting into the inside. She just slices through the defense here, pulls a little bit out, does a little stutter step, and not much of an angle there from where she shoots. Watch the pull. Beautiful face dodge, protection of the stick. More UNC players need to start attacking the cage. Second goal of the day, just the 8th goal this season.
Still a large mountain to climb, but that is a shot in the arm for North Carolina. Alyssa Long delivers. Still plenty of time in this game. 12 minutes left in this third quarter. Kelly Dennis again dominating that draw. She's really been a standout in the circle today.
She's been able to place that ball, her ability to track it. Not only with the 7 draw controls to her name, but also has chipped in 2 goals.
There's Dennis with it here. Jackie Wolak, who's gotten the better of Brooklyn Walker-Welsh today. Dirks commits the foul on McAvoy. 30 seconds left on the shot clock.
We've seen some more calls from the officials about the pushing into the body.
Wolak passing out of the double team. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Notre Dame has to hurry. McAvoy spins her way in and score. Side netting. False alarm. North Carolina now on the clear. Long outlet pass from Nicholas.
It's a good call off ball from the official. Notre Dame's going to be whistled for the push off ball. Wurzburger got jammed in the back.
Rings the pipe and scores. Caitlyn Wurzburger. And North Carolina has back-to-back goals.
North Carolina needs to get Caitlyn Wurzburger more involved in the offense. She is so crafty around the crease area. She's able to take advantage of getting fouled off ball. Look at the placement of this shot. She does a little skip hop to her left-hand side and then shoots to the far right pipe.
First goal of the game for Wurzburger, 25th of the season. North Carolina, really for the first time all afternoon, you feel like they've finally found a foothold in this game. Back-to-back goals, still trailing by 4.
Call a hold. So this is a win for UNC. Can they build on the momentum here?
That was just the first time all game that North Carolina has registered back-to-back goals. Can they make it 3 in a row? Humphrey decides not to go to goal. Reloads. Sophie Student on the run. Notre Dame quick to slide. Caroline Godin, 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Picks out Sophie Student. Tried to split the double team. Draws the foul. This will be a free position.
Student just runs into the traffic there, is able to draw the foul. You have to be fearless as an offensive player. Tries to split the double team. Protection of the stick. You see the check into the body.
And North Carolina scored 3 in a row. Sophie Student cashes in on the free position. And just like that, the Tar Heels have cut the lead in half.
You can feel the momentum shifting to North Carolina right now. Sophie Student, the Virginia Tech transfer. I love how she sizes up Callahan and Cage. Doesn't have a great look. She keeps on going. She sees the open space, avoids the crease area, tries to get as close as she can into the middle of the field. North Carolina just been able to see things and capitalizing off the 8-meter. So the fouls are going to be called. They're going to get put on the 8-meter.
Timeout Notre Dame. Just 3 minutes and 43 seconds ago, Notre Dame led by 6. That lead down to 3. You're watching ACC Women's Lacrosse presented by Ally. Today is Notre Dame's Daughters for Dads game, which means so much to Chris Halfpenny and this Irish program. This is a charity that they created coming up on 10 years now, spreading awareness and money for cancer research. In 2014, Chris Halfpenny had 4 players that she had coached that lost dads in the same year. Jordy Shoemaker, who you saw in midfield there, she was one of those 4, and they have started this and really ran with it, she, in an unbelievable charity.
It just lives on. I mean, I think it's touched so many players throughout this program, and Jordy's still involved at Notre Dame, currently works there in development, so has been able to come back and lead the charge.
Another draw control win for Kelly Dennis. She has 8 to her name in this game. 8 minutes left of the third quarter. Notre Dame, a 3-goal lead. It was once 6. So that lead has been cut in half. How does Notre Dame regain the momentum here, Sheehan?
You know, I mean, I think they just need to keep attacking hard and not get worried with the surge. They know North Carolina can score goals and that they're going to come back. So not play safe, just continue to attack.
Notre Dame now scoreless for 7 minutes. It's allowed North Carolina to come back in this game. Rolak curls around the cage. Rings it off the pipe, inches away. Notre Dame there to back it up.
A goalie save or pipe will reset the shot clock, so a fresh 60 for Notre Dame to work with.
Choma. So shifty, passing off. McAvoy now. 30 seconds left on the shot clock for Notre Dame. Ahern clears out. Doesn't go to goal though. Flips it off. Wolak draws shooting space. So this will be a great opportunity for Jackie Wolak.
Wolak has 1 goal, 2 assists to her name tonight. Notre Dame 2 of 2 on their 8-meter shots.
Alicia Nicholas has made 6 saves this afternoon. Comes up with another there. Pipe might have helped as well. And North Carolina so dangerous in transition.
I feel like Wolak's had about 3 pipes tonight. I feel like she has been shooting.
2 on that possession. Yeah. It really is a game of inches. If some of those go, Notre Dame's lead even larger.
What's worked for UNC is drawing the fouls from Notre Dame. You're going to get the fouls by driving to cage.
And Notre Dame's committed 32 fouls in this game.
Looks like Wurzburger is going to be able to be set up.
Carolina's last 2 goals have come on free positions. One of those belongs to Wurzburger. One-on-one with Callahan. Blows it right by her. Caitlyn Wurzburger stings the corner. And it's 4 straight goals for North Carolina.
You can see the Tar Heel fans loving that. Carolina taking advantage of the physical play for Notre Dame. They've been put on the 8-meter. They've been able to score. Caitlyn Wurzburger hasn't been able to find her shot inside, but gets on the 8-meter. Let's take a look at the foul that set this up. Godin gets it out to Wurzburger. Looks like a 3 seconds violation. So it wasn't necessarily the physical play that happened on Wurzburger, but gets a 3-second violation. And what a beautiful rip for Caitlyn Wurzburger. So that's in women's lacrosse. You can play a zone defense, but you have to be careful playing within the 8-meter. You can't just clog up space. That becomes a safety issue. So you have to be marking a player within a stick's length, or else you could be within, get the call for 3 seconds. UNC with a slow start, but they've matched their first half goal total in just over 10 minutes. It's 9-4 at the half, and this second half, UNC has come out inspired.
What has changed?
I think the intensity. I mean, that was what was missing in the first half, and really drawing the fouls. I mean, what has helped UNC come back is getting some of those foul calls, get on the 8-meter.
Good point. North Carolina, 4 goals in this third quarter, 3 of them on 8-meter opportunities. Carolina outscoring the Irish 4-1 in this third quarter. Notre Dame desperate for a goal to try and gain back some momentum in this game. Nicholas got a piece of it, but it goes in. Notre Dame will take it any way they can get it. Not the cleanest of attempts, but they count all the same. And just like that, the Irish back up by 3.
Kristen Shanahan with that score. She's been coming on strong lately. Watch the release. Nicholas gets a piece of that. Just isn't able to make a total contact. Those are the type of goals that you laugh about as a team. You'll take it, though. It counts. Doesn't matter if it was by design or not. Coach Halfpenny telling us that Kristen Shanahan battled injuries her first 2 years, but has had a breakout junior year.
Olivia Dirks now on the draw for North Carolina. Nothing has seemed to stop Kelly Dennis, though. Notre Dame doubling up North Carolina on the draw control circle, 14-7. Hard foul on the circle. They award the ball to North Carolina. There's Caroline Godin. The freshman's been quiet today. Three minutes left to this third quarter. Carolina trailing by 3, and that's another turnover. 7 on the day for the Tar Heels.
You can see how fired up Notre Dame is. Excellent job defensively. I was about to say I thought UNC's passing looked a lot better in this second half, and just an errant pass that is a turnover. You see the turnover number 7 for UNC, just 3 for Notre Dame.
Kasey Choma goes full field and scores off the Carolina turnover. What an individual effort, and that's a hat trick for the junior Kasey Choma.
This is when the energy transfers from the defensive end to the offensive end. Excellent job forcing the turnover on UNC. Choma gets possession. Her head's up. She wants to set this up, but then she sees her path to goal, and she's able to finish. UNC's not able to set up. There was confusion. She takes advantage of it. Look here at the career scoring leaders for Notre Dame. Kasey Choma tied for 4th now with Shaylin Blaney. Maddie Howe, recent graduate, 186. Courtney Fortunato, 225. And Jillian Bowers, what an unbelievable player, holds a lead with 262.
North Carolina had cut it to just a 2-goal Notre Dame lead. The Irish punch back with back-to-back goals to balloon the lead back to 4. There's a lot of contact on the circle every draw. North Carolina wins that one. And a yellow card coming out.
Yellow card. I wasn't sure what that hand signal is, but my guess is that is a check into the body area. So watch the checks into the body. So just the body checking right here on the hands, into the arms. So good call by the officials. You got to be aiming to get the stick. You can't be just hip checking into the body. So Kristen Shanahan will be sidelined for up to 2 minutes. It's releasable on a North Carolina score.
Can the Tar Heels cash in with the player up advantage? Yes, they can! Caroline Godine, camping out on the crease, makes Notre Dame pay.
North Carolina taking advantage. They've been successful on the 8 meters when Notre Dame has been overly aggressive. They get the woman up opportunity, work the ball around. Look at the feed there. Caroline Godine, she throws in not only the stick fake, but the head fake as well. 15th goal of the season. She has come on strong. So that goal will release the yellow card penalty back to even strength.
We've seen 8 goals scored in this third quarter. 5 belong to North Carolina, which is more goals than they scored the entire first half combined. Only 4 goals in that first half for the Tar Heels. And Kaylee Harden starting to take over this game in the draw control circle. She's won back-to-back draws for this Tar Heels team. 3 in a row overall for North Carolina.
There was a lot of whistles, and Mackenzie Rich had a head of steam. Looked like she was making her way to cage.
Notre Dame has committed 36 fouls in this game. North Carolina only 12.
That can take a toll on you. You know, it all depends on the fouls, and no fouls are equal. So is it like just a hold on a stick? Is it a check into the body? Is it a cross check into the body? 3 seconds shooting space, you know, but a lot of the physical nature of those fouls can really wear on a team.
And that is how Notre Dame wants to play. They want to be the aggressor, the more physical team, and they have been so far in this game. Turnover there, a costly one.
Successful pressure and ride for North Carolina.
20 seconds left at the end of this third quarter. Can North Carolina make it a 2-goal game ahead of steam? Five seconds left to the third quarter. Tried to squeeze it into Godine. That's a turnover, and Notre Dame will head to the fourth quarter with a 3-goal lead, trying to pull the upset against the reigning national champions. Number 3, North Carolina and Jenny Levy trailing by 3 on the road at Notre Dame. Started this fourth quarter, but they looked a lot better in that third quarter. 5 goals for the Tar Heels to get them right back in this thing.
They started winning key possessions. Great take by Alyssa Long. Caitlyn Wurzburger getting involved. Rocket from the 8 meter, capitalizing on just some of the foul calls and really just setting themselves up for success off those free positions. Winning the woman up opportunity. Caroline Godine getting involved in the action. A much more inspired North Carolina team. You look at this, the first half, just 4 goals. Just in the third quarter, they outdo themselves, get 5 goals there, and get 5 key draw control wins. Notre Dame still with the edge in shots.
What will it take for North Carolina to complete this comeback in the fourth quarter, Shannon?
They got to dominate possession. So we've been talking about how important that the draw control has been. That is going to be even more so in this second half. keep the ball out of Notre Dame's offensive hands. Notre Dame shooting extremely well, 12 goals on 24 shots. They have the edge in the draw circle, 14 to Carolina's 10. You look, two of the best, North Carolina and Notre Dame, in terms of draw controls, both winning over 60%. Only team better than those two is Duke, who's got Maddie Jenner with the NCAA record.
Notre Dame starts the fourth quarter strong, a draw control win. They've built this 3-goal lead by being aggressive. I know what you're going to say, but I have to ask anyway. How aggressive do you want to be with this 3-goal lead?
Very. You do not want to play to protect your lead. You can see how fast that North Carolina can get back in this game. So keep attacking hard. When Jackie Wallach has the ball, she's got it now behind. I've been noticing that UNC is sending the doubles early, so create more space that she can attack. She's your leading assister.
Here is Wallach right on cue. 1 goal, 2 assists today, settles things down with Kelly Dennis. She scored twice. Had Dirks beat, but lost her footing. And now an 8-meter coming for Notre Dame.
Dirks being called for that check into the body.
Not a free position, though. That's back on the 12-meter. 30 seconds left on the shot clock. Ahern battles through, muscles it in. Madison Ahern, so crafty, fires the Irish back up by 4.
Ahern is really fun to watch play. She's so shifty, just uses the stutter step to get her acceleration and speed. She fights through all the traffic, gets her stick free, and she fights through. There's a ton of contact and fouls going on, but the shot goes in as the whistle is blown, and they will get the score. One of the things that Coach Halfpenny credited her was just getting a lot more stronger this year. And you can see her being able to take on the pressure, fight through it. Gets her 3rd goal today. She was Inside Lacrosse's 2020 Rookie of the Year. You can see the communication happening from the center draw takers. Kelly Dennis, see her mouth moving, just dictating where her opponent, her teammates should go.
What's incredible, Sheehan, is Notre Dame has committed 40 fouls in this game, but only 1 yellow card. So have they been smart fouls? Have they known when to be aggressive and push, but then when to pull back to make sure that they don't go woman down?
Yeah, I mean, the fouls that they've been doing are a lot of just kind of checks into the body, some of the whistles. We've seen the 8 meters that have gotten put UNC on the 8 meter, but not the checks the head type of fouls or the ones that really warrant a yellow card. Both teams with just 1 yellow card.
Long fighting through contact, now draws that whistle. Alyssa Long has been a spark for this Carolina offense today. 2 goals to her name. One-on-one with Lily Callahan. Missed it wide. Carolina there to back it up. But looks like a card was coming out. And this will be Notre. So it's going to be Carolina ball. I think before we cut away from that shot, the official was reaching in for a yellow card. Yeah, so North Carolina's going to go woman up here.
So, you know, Jay, to your point, I think the fouls actually have allowed North Carolina to climb back in this game. They put them on the 8-meter, the yellow card. So watch this, watch the check and the contact, and it looks like it swipes the head of Wurzburger. And even if it doesn't make contact, that can be deemed dangerous. It's in the official's ability to make that call. So I think that even Notre Dame, some of the over-aggressiveness has allowed North Carolina to climb back in this game.
Player up for 2 minutes now, releasable on a goal. And you feel like if North Carolina is going to come back and win, they need to cash in on this woman up. Riley Kasey been quiet. Number 7 in Tar Heel blue. She'll have it here on the 8-meter.
Notre Dame being whistled for a 3 seconds violation. That's camping out inside that 8-meter with not within a stick's length.
Kasey scores her first of the day, converts on the player up, and brings North Carolina back within 3.
Five goals from UNC have been off of the 8-meter. Riley Kasey, oh, they've had success with the step and rip, the shot from far out on the 8-meter before the pressure is able to get to them. Riley Kasey has really stepped up in her junior year. Been a big player, was, you know, credited for her scout team work last year and has just exploded this season. Notre Dame's going to need to keep North Carolina off the 8-meter, so limit their 3 seconds fouls, limit the fouls that happen within the 8-meter that aren't on scoring plays. Sometimes you can't help it when you're playing defense and you're just trying to be physical and get stick on stick, but we've seen a couple times where they've just done a check into the body that puts North Carolina on the 8-meter when it wasn't necessary, wasn't in the scoring play.
The one thing Notre Dame continues to do is dominate that draw. You said possession would be at a premium in this fourth quarter, Sheehan. If North Carolina was going to complete the comeback, needed more possession. The Irish continue to control possession because of their success on the circle. McHugh, bouncers wide. Ahern there on the backup. So crafty, Madison Ahern. She can't be stopped right now. 4 goals for the senior.
Ahern just mixes it up. We've seen her just dodge hard with the stutter steps. This time she just doesn't hold the ball on her stick for that long. She makes her quick dodge to cage, one little fake, gets a step, her release points. Love this ability. Just look at the change of footwork and direction. And she just gets a step above goal line extended, fake high, shoots low. Not only is she quick in her feet, she's also quick with her hands, going back and forth, right and left hand. Excellent finishing ability.
Madison Ahern with both of Notre Dame's goals in this fourth quarter. She has stepped up, trying to dethrone the reigning national champions, who would be North Carolina's first loss in the regular season in ACC play in 4 years.
And after last year's perfect season for UNC, Northwestern, out of conference from the Big Ten, was able to knock them off just a couple weeks ago. So unfamiliar territory for a lot of this Tar Heel team. But this is great game experience coming back, trying to come back from a lead for Notre Dame, how to preserve the lead.
Those games feel so similar, she and Northwestern, and this one for North Carolina. Both Midwest, indoors, early start times, and, you know, got off to a slow start, battled back, but couldn't quite ever take a lead.
And that'll be interesting. Can UNC fix things? There's a lot of similarities between those two games. They weren't able to make the full comeback against Northwestern. Can North Carolina find a way today?
Just feels like they're fighting against the clock now, in addition to Notre Dame, when they just can't get on possession because of the lack of success on the draw. Clock ticks under 10 minutes left to this fourth quarter. And guess who? Madison Ahern, already 4 goals today, 2 in this fourth quarter. Winds up, fires, and scores! You know it's coming! You still can't stop it! Madison Ahern has taken over this game.
What a shot. This time the release point is about elbow level, sidearm. Beautiful finishing shot, non-stick side. Nicholas not able to make that. Beautiful take. Last 3 goals for Notre Dame go to Madison Ahern. The dad's getting a workout on the sideline.
"15 goals allowed by North Carolina is the most they have allowed in a single game this season." If you're looking for Syracuse, Notre Dame men, that game is starting over on the ESPN app. We'll take you to that game as soon as we finish here in South Bend with the reigning national champions, North Carolina, in real jeopardy now. Trailing by 5. They need a miraculous comeback. Timeout taken by Notre Dame before the Irish lost possession. I think North Carolina and Jenny Levy arguing that how could they call timeout? They didn't have clear possession. The officials are now going to discuss this. Confusion here. I think I heard the ball was loose, no timeout, and that's correct. So North Carolina ball, 9:35 left to this fourth quarter, trailing by 5. North Carolina, who only scored 4 goals the entire first half, needs to find 5 goals in the last 9 minutes of this game just to tie it. Wurzburger, North Carolina, quick passing around the perimeter. Trying to unlock this Notre Dame defense that has been so hard to break down all afternoon long.
Good quick passing. Now those fouls, that wastes precious time for UNC to have to reset up. The game clock still moves.
Great passing, and it leads to a goal. Caroline Godine finishes it off for Carolina.
Ball movement for UNC on that position was crisp and fast. Sophie Student gets it behind. Caitlyn Wurzburger just with the dish. It looked like she was going to work it around the perimeter. Instead, she saw Godine wide open right there on the crease. Beautiful finish. You see Callahan trying to maintain her position. She's looking behind the cage as she turns, trying to find her footing in net.
So the Tar Heels get the goal as you see Jenny Levy, the Hall of Famer, drawing up a play for her offense over on the sideline. Now, can the Tar Heels win a draw? Notre Dame has won 3 straight draw controls. They're up 18-11 on that category today. If North Carolina fails to figure out the draw, you just don't know if there's enough time left in this game, trailing by 4, 8 minutes to go. Once again, won by Notre Dame.
MK Daugherty for Notre Dame has been really effective on that circle, coming up with possessions.
Stolen away. Great opportunity here. Mackenzie Rich, North Carolina has numbers. Deciding not to go the goal, though.
I thought they should have pushed it. I mean, you run the risk of if you go in and you don't score there, then that's a real missed opportunity. But you would love to see them push transition.
A lot of contact. Ball in the back of the net. Was not a simultaneous whistle. A yellow card comes out. And it's against Notre Dame, Grace Wigan.
This will be Notre Dame's 3rd yellow card. Everyone needs to be aware. This needs to be communicated from the sidelines, the players on the field. The next yellow card for Notre Dame becomes unreleasable. UNC has been able to cash in on these attempts. The officials have been calling those checks into the body, into the back. So just something for both teams. It's a warning to both teams. The yellow card's issued. That's a warning for everyone.
And a decision to make for Lauren Figura. Do you go to goal here? Do you pull it out, play her up? Figura decides to go to goal and scores! North Carolina back within 3. The yellow card will be released, but here come the Tar Heels. We've got a fun finish coming in South Bend.
ACC Women's Lacrosse is presented by Ally. Whatever you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally.
A graduate assistant coach on Jenny Levy's staff. She's trying to come up with a comeback to beat her former team, Notre Dame. Down by 3, a little less than 7 minutes to go, and buckle up. This is going to be a fun finish.
What a back and forth game. UNC making the adjustments, coming in after a really dominant half for Notre Dame. Notre Dame had the 5-goal lead. They led 15-10 with a little over 8 minutes left in the game. Key for Notre Dame, they have to watch the cards. They've got 3 yellow cards right now for the team. Try to keep North Carolina off the 8-meter. Carolina's gotten 6 8-meter goals. Notre Dame's been extremely effective as well. They've shot 4 goals out of 5 shots on the 8-meter. So both teams really cashing in.
Notre Dame has won 4 straight draws, make it 5. Dominance in the draw control circle as the Irish try and protect this 3-goal lead.
Strong pressure for UNC.
The Tar Heels flying around out there. They've really ramped up the intensity. How do you balance staying aggressive with working this clock?
You still want to look for opportunities. So I think it's smart that they're just, if they don't have transition, work the ball around, get everyone a touch. You understand that UNC is going to want to put the pressure on defensively. So use that to your advantage.
A lot of contact, a whistle, and an offensive foul. North Carolina ball. Null's calling for it and gets it. Tar Heels so dangerous in transition. Here's Kaylee Harden.
That pass inside, I don't think is the one that Notre Dame needed to be looking for. But this sets up North Carolina. Still plenty of time. 5 minutes is an eternity.
Fregora splits the double team, passes inside. Rich couldn't get her hands free. A lot of time coming off this clock. And a shove.
We've seen Wurzburger shoved to the turf a couple times. So credit the officials watching off-ball contact. Watch Wurzburger. That's hard to see, but I think it looks like she ran into a brick wall there.
The official saying to reset the shot clock to 60. Jenny Levy barking orders from the sideline, trying to complete this comeback. North Carolina has not led today. They've trailed for the entirety of this game. Now under 5 minutes to pull something. Trailing by 3. Notre Dame the last 2 years has come so close. 2 1-goal losses in South Bend to North Carolina. Can today be the day they hold on to a lead?
So crowded inside the 8-meter when Carolina looks to go to cage.
Tar Heels have found success in the second half, drawing fouls inside the 8-meter. Another whistle there. Clock continues to run to 4 minutes left in regulation. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Mackenzie Rich in attack mode, on the run. Not a great angle. Whizzes wide, and that's a shot clock violation. Notre Dame ball.
I think we just witnessed there an area of the game that can be improved with some changes in rules. You have those fouls off ball or on ball, and they're not resulting in an 8-meter, and you just have to get reset. You get put at the dot behind the cage, and it wears down on the clock, and it takes an advantage away from the offense.
You're saying the team that's fouling almost gets rewarded for fouling.
Exactly. You just, especially when you're trying to preserve a lead or anything for that matter, get you out of sync. If you let them play on, then you're almost hurting the offense. It's going to be a reset of the shot clock. But I think there needs to be more of a penalty. If you're going to call the foul, there should be an advantage given to the team that is getting fouled.
And that's a big shot clock reset. 3 minutes left of this game. The clock now the enemy for North Carolina. And Notre Dame can run this down to well under 2 minutes.
This is when I would start
almost
to pull the
a game of keep away, right?
Yep, keep it. You got to start put pressure on the ball. You need. Is this going to be a timeout? Smart call.
Well, that's Chris Halfpenny's final timeout. So Notre Dame without timeouts now, with 2 minutes and 43 seconds remaining. What a win this would be for the Irish. It's a fourth quarter that's belonged to Madison Ahern. The senior has stepped up. She has led the charge.
5 goals on 8 shots, doing it many different ways, whether it's cutting to the inside, her driving, coming off the 8-meter, mixing up her shots. If you're trying to scatter off this game, it's going to be extremely hard. She's got separation and acceleration on her speed. She mixes up her release points, her fakes. Very tough to guard. She's been a real reason that Notre Dame's been able to hold on to their lead. All of Notre Dame's 3 goals in the fourth quarter have come from Ahern. You look at the big 3 today. Kasey, Choma, 3 goals, 1 assist. Ahern, we just showcased her, and Jackie Rolak, 1 goal, 2 assists. She's had a couple pipes also, could have chipped in a few more. Scored 5 of Notre Dame's 6 second-half goals.
We mentioned it earlier, but Notre Dame 7-0 against teams ranked lower than them this season. 0-3 against teams ranked higher than them, including the top 2 teams in the country, Syracuse and Northwestern. If the Irish can hang on to this lead, 2:43 left, this would be a marquee win to beat number 3 North Carolina. It would stamp their resume, but also just give them a lot of confidence that they can contend with the best of the best.
It would be an unbelievable confidence booster. But every team knows that Notre Dame can come out, and they can come out hard and they can score. But this would be a huge kind of rewriting the script. They've come out hard against North Carolina in the past and haven't been able to hold on to those leads, especially in last year's ACC conference game. But this year, if they're able to hold on to the lead, also it's going to mix up the polls too. North Carolina, number 3, they only 1 loss to Northwestern. They lose today against Notre Dame. Who gets into that top 4 spot? JMU, Denver. Denver right now holds a 4th spot, but that could definitely mix things up in the polls. So UNC needs to get the ball back. So the goalie's pulled, the goal is open. What they want to have happen is for Notre Dame actually to go to goal and score.
Which is funny because they've been dominated at the draw control circle, but Jenny Levy's made that calculation.
And I think it's smart. You need the ball back.
Yeah, you're right, Shan. And Notre Dame not taking the bait. They want to kill clock rather than go to goal. They're going to reset the shot clock to 90. Wow.
I think there's an offsides violation.
That pretty much, if Notre Dame can run out the 90 seconds, that call could virtually end the game.
And it's very hard. This is stuff that you practice week in, week out in practice. I've had a whole maintain possession. You can utilize the entire field. So if they want, they can work it down back to their goalie. It's clear they've been told, do not get tempted by that empty net.
Well, that time they did get baited in. So Notre Dame scores to make it 16-12 under 2 minutes remaining. But like you said, Sheehan, now North Carolina has a chance.
They've got a chance. We've seen goals scored as quickly as 6 seconds from a draw control win. So the wide open net, and a good take if that was in their game plan to go take it and score. Kelly Dennis with this. Sometimes coaches will say, if you've got a 100% chance that you're going to score, then you go ahead and take it. Now, Notre Dame has been very successful winning balls at the draw control. They've got the edge today, 20 draw controls compared to UNC's 11. However, that's exactly what North Carolina wanted. They need a chance to get back to this game. So get it back to the draw control.
Kelly Dennis, who just scored, now trying to win this game from the draw control circle where she has been excellent. And Notre Dame wins the draw. If the Irish can kill this clock, they'll put this game out of reach. Ball's loose. North Carolina has it. Jenny Levy does have 2 timeouts at her disposal, trailing by 4, 1:32 remaining.
They've got to move fast. Now the key is who's going to want the ball in their stick. Caitlyn Wurzburger on the offense has the most game experience out there.
Notre Dame knows one stop, they can win this game. Callahan, the save! Save of the day for Lily Callahan. And now all the Irish need to do is run out the final minute.
Seventh save of the day for Lily Callahan.
Choma with the ball. Clock continues to run. 35 seconds remaining. The last 2 seasons, Notre Dame lost to North Carolina by 1 goal. Heartbreaking losses. They've always proven to be a tough challenge for this Tar Heels team. But today they finally put it together. A dominant performance, led from start to finish. And for the first time in 4 seasons, down goes North Carolina in ACC regular season play. What a win for Notre Dame.
From the opening minute, this Notre Dame team played like a team on a mission. They dominated the draw circle, a lot of contribution offensively and defensively, held this UNC team to 12 goals. What a major win.
Let's get you the Syracuse Notre Dame men.